Today on Fresno State Focus, we talk about an MCJ student who's becoming popular on the video sharing app TikTok.
Also, Fresno State softball team welcomes new coach Stacey May Johnson.
Plus, we hear from students and how they're doing halfway through this semester. Fresno State Focus starts now. Hello and welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Brooke Chow.
And I'm Tony Salazar. Thank you for joining us.
If it seems like everywhere on campus is hiring, it's because they are. Many departments are in desperate need of student assistants. There are 14 job listings for on-campus student assistant positions. Having a campus job allows students to work just steps away from their classroom while also building a campus community connection. To apply for an on-campus job, visit Hire Fresno State through your My Fresno State student portal.
Last month, $150,000 was allocated to be given to Fresno State students who were vaccinated by the August 16th deadline. The money was distributed as $50 gift cards that could be used for either the university dining hall or the Kendall bookstore. Students lined up for those cards, which didn't last too long. In fact, all 3,000 cards were given out within 2 days.
Can you believe the semester is already halfway through? How are you holding up? We here at Fresno State Focus want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Everyone has something that they do to relax. Let's see how your fellow Bulldogs de-stress.
What's up, my fellow Bulldogs? How are you guys doing today? So let me give you a tip to distress yourself. I say go hit the gym. You know, that's a great way to distress yourself and just get like a good, nice pump, and you're getting healthy at the same time.
So something I like to de-stress would probably be being around people, like talking to friends, going out, hanging out with them, probably watching TV shows and YouTube videos. I think that's one of the main reasons, or that's how I de-stress.
What I do as my friend over here, my brother, I actually go to the gym, I de-stress with the gym, go hard, and just sweat it all out and go back to the class and let's get those A's.
Let's get those A's, my Bulldogs.
There are only 7 weeks left for this semester, so stay focused, take a deep breath, and take one assignment at a time.
With so much going on these days, one student is spreading positivity through his passion for creating videos on TikTok. This is Brandon Civiello, an MCJ student at Fresno State. On TikTok, he showcases his love for lightsabers. He wasn't always a fan of TikTok until he realized the impact of his videos and how much he enjoyed making others smile. What started as a side project during the pandemic later turned into something he would have never imagined. Months later, his TikTok has over 500,000 followers and 15 million likes.
Yeah, it's kind of just changed my life, like TikTok wasn't a thing, my life would be pretty boring. I wouldn't have lightsabers, I probably wouldn't have as many costumes, I'd probably just be going to school.
Civiello plans to finish up his last year of school and hopes that as his TikTok page continues to grow, he'll be able to collab with other influencers and work for Disney one day. You can find a link to his TikTok videos on our website, FresnoStateFocus.com.
You may not realize that the cows at Fresno State help produce some of the best ice cream around. It's made by Fresno State students who create their own unique flavors. Lily Gonzalez is live at the Fresno State Creamery to show you more. Lily?
That's right, Brooke. I am here at the very Fresno State Creamery Lab. Joining me is Daniel Avila. He is the manager here. And thank you for being with me today.
You're more than welcome. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate having him around. And Daniel, can you tell us, when did this lab begin?
That I know of, this was in 1954, and I've been here for about 26 years now.
That is amazing. Now, were you a student of this very lab?
Yes, I was a food science student, and then there was an opportunity with my supervisor moved on, and I got a chance to take over, and I've enjoyed it very much working with the students.
That is amazing. So I am wearing a hairnet because although they make a lot of creative flavors, you do not want hair flavored ice cream. So Daniel, can you tell me what is the wildest flavor that they've created?
The one that we've tried once was a black licorice, and this was a suggestion of some customers, and so we made it, and it sold like hotcakes. We couldn't keep it on the shelf. but at a certain point it just stopped selling, and I think it was just the novelty of that flavor for a while. And once in a while we still get the request for that flavor.
Now, how many flavors are produced here in the lab or at any given?
Currently we're doing about 21, but we've had upwards of 65 different flavors.
That is amazing. Now, if you want to get your hands on some of this ice cream, you can get it from the Gibson Farmers Market or the market. For Fresno State Focus, I'm Lily Gonzalez.
Thank you, Lily. And Brooke, I have to ask you, have you ever had Fresno State's ice cream before?
I have, but I don't want the hair-flavored one that Lily mentioned. I'll take cookie dough.
Well, I've actually never tried it, but hey, that black licorice one seems pretty interesting.
I don't know, but coming up on Fresno State Focus, you know those benches near the fountain on campus? There's a pretty cool story about where they came from. We'll tell you more about it.
Plus, we take a look at a day in the life of our live mascot, Victory the Third.
The old oil can is back in Fresno after the Bulldogs beat the number 21 San Diego State Aztecs. Hear about it and what's ahead this weekend when we come back.
Here in the valley, our colors are blue and our waves are red. Bulldog born and bulldog bred. Generations linked forever by traditions that have stood the test of time. Inside our stadiums, we are one. This is our valley, and this year, we're doing it for you.
At Fresno State, being bold means committing to something greater than yourself. It's learning by doing and nurturing leaders to advance our shared future. It's using research to create a better life for those around us and healing those who need us most. These are our stories, because at Fresno State, bold begins here.
We all know what our beloved live mascot Victor E. the Third, but have you ever wondered what he does during the day? Ruby Roque shows us what a day in the life of Victor E. looks like.
Victor E. is not your average bulldog. This bulldog has a job, but it's not just any job. Victory is the live mascot for Fresno State.
Well, Victory Bulldog III came to campus in June of 2015. So he was about 3 months old when he came. So he's pretty much been trained and primed and ready to be mascot his entire life. So that was a really big campus celebration when he came, and we're coming up on almost 7 years of service to the university.
Victory's workday usually looks this way. Music, lots of people gathered around him wanting to take pictures with him or just show him some love. A lot of training and practice has set up Victory for success and happiness when interacting with students and the community.
Victor's great at his job. I think that really Victor is, his health and his comfort is always the top priority. So we never ask Victory to do anything that, might make him uncomfortable. We're always really aware of his cues. So if he is showing us that he doesn't like doing something, we never force him to do anything, even if it would be good content.
The Live Mascot program is not just a job for Victory. He has fun. And I'm here with him now, and let's see what Victory has to say. Victory, how has it been going so far in the Live Mascot program? Anything else you'd like to add? Well, there you have it. Victory has nothing else to add.
At the end of his workday, Victory gets to go home, have his favorite snack, peanut butter, maybe even have a bath, or just hang out with his sister Abby. This is Ruby Roque for Fresno State Focus.
Sometimes I can get him to bark on command, but Victor, speak!
Bark! Victor E. loves being the center of attention and getting belly rubs. His favorite hobby on campus is chasing squirrels around the fountain, but no worries, squirrels have not been harmed during the playtime with Victor E.
Speaking of the fountain, if you've ever walked by one in the center of campus, you may have noticed that there are a large amount of benches with crescent numbers on them. These benches are more than just a place to sit and relax. They are called legacy benches and are part of the Memorial Park section on campus. They commemorate the first graduating classes from 1912 to 1958.
Fresno State started in 1911 where the Fresno City College campus is, and it moved over here in 1956. Fresno State was a university back then. It was actually a teacher's college, so they have just moved those over, and so I've seen people walk past them and really not know what it is. It's very important that we understand our legacy.
Through 2 world wars, the Great Depression, and the pandemic of 1918, these graduating classes will forever be immortalized on this Fresno State campus. Thursday, November 1st is Fresno State's 5th annual Day of Giving. This is an opportunity for those who want to support the next generation of leaders. I talked with Amanda Hall, who tells us what we can expect this year.
So this Thursday on November 4th, we are doing our 5th annual Day of Giving campaign. That is a 24-hour online fundraiser. It's completely digital. And we just try to earn as much dollars as we can as a philanthropy opportunity for student success. So programs that uplift students and help students throughout the year. This is an opportunity for our alumni, faculty, staff community to really give back to the students who are here and representing in our future Bulldogs.
So tell me more about where this money goes towards exactly. I know each group has its own different way of giving back, but I know majority of departments use this money for scholarships, right?
Yeah, there's actually a really widespread opportunity for how the dollars are used. Each area, each college and participating area gets to choose how their funds are utilized. So there are alumni scholarships, general scholarships, student-led programming, programming that uplifts students like the Student Cupboard, our Good Samaritan Fund that helps students in need. So there are a lot of opportunities. And then there's, of course, the Dean's funds that colleges support, and the Deans are able to use discretionary funds to help any student in need with their college. So it's a pretty special opportunity across the board.
How can people spread the word about, Thursday's event, Day of Giving?
Well, we have a lot of opportunity, but if you go to dayofgiving.fresnostate.edu and you can go and sign up to be an ambassador, which allows you to support specific programs if you want. Of course, we encourage number one to just share. If that's an email, a text message, a phone call to somebody that you think would be interested in giving back that day, that's the number one way to give back.
And tell me more about how much money you all raised last year.
Last year, we raised just north of $460,000 in that 24-hour campaign. It's a midnight to midnight. We had the support of 1,579 alumni, community, faculty, staff, and student members that helped with that. So it was really special.
Again, Day of Giving is tomorrow, November 4th. Current students are encouraged not to donate, but instead help spread the word by posting on social media using the hashtag Fresno State DOG, all one word.
I'm Noah Chavez with your focus on sports. Our Bulldogs take the lead in the Mountain West Division after their win over the formerly undefeated San Diego State Aztecs. The final score was 30-20, which brings Fresno State to a ranking of number 25 in the AP polls. Josh Kelly was the leading receiver with 5 catches for 107 yards. Jordan Mims with 186 on 29 carries and 2 touchdowns, while QB Jake Hainer with 306 yards and a touchdown. The Dogs had a record-setting total of yards at 485 yards on the field. The women's soccer team heads to the semifinal round of the Mountain West Championship thanks to their final season win over San Jose State. The Dogs scored 3 goals in the match, one of which from freshman Kaylin Miller. This was her 7th goal of the year, the most goals scored by a freshman. Our Fresno State champion softball team welcomes a brand new coach to the field. Stacy Mae Johnson has been named the 5th head coach in Fresno State softball history. Before she made her way to the 559, Johnson was the head coach at Utah Valley University. In 2011, she won the World Cup Championship for Team USA and was the USA Softball Female Athlete of the Year. Mae Johnson's plan for her team is simple.
They're asked to have each other's backs. I don't know that that's anything new. I think that's probably something that's already here, but it's something that we do have to work at daily because at the end of the day, each and every one of us has to be willing to put the team before ourselves.
Mae Johnson also added 9 new players for the 2022 season. The 9 new players consist of 6 transfers and 3 freshmen. Looking to bounce back from their Saturday loss to the Spartans, the volleyball team will play host to the Rebels of UNLV tomorrow. It was a thrilling match. It took 5 total sets to declare a winner. Desiree Sukov got her 3rd double-double on the season with a career best of 17 digs. The Dogs are still tied at 6th place in the Mountain West with Boise State. Fresno State's very own esports team will host Esports Fest this weekend. You can watch live gaming at River Park on Friday and Saturday in front of Teaser's Tea Market. It will be an all-streamed online event with Twitch streamers and winners receiving prizes. Fall sports are coming to a close for the 2021 season. One school in particular, everything is a first. First game, first win, a lot of them. First season, it's unusual, but at this school in Central Unified, it's also about much more than just football.
The season for most high school football teams is coming to an end. But what makes this team's season stand out is that it's the first for the new Justin Garza High School in Central Unified.
Being a brand new school has its challenges, starting from the ground up. But the other aspect of, being at Justin Garza High School and knowing where the namesake is and what it stands for, we have big shoes to fill. Not only for the Garza family, but for our community as well, and everybody who's ever come in contact with Coach Garza.
The name of the school honors Justin Garza, who, over his vast coaching career, brought success and excellence to multiple schools in Fresno County, something that drives head coach Joseph Fairs.
We're going to live up to the Justin Garza football name. We're going to live up to his motto, Stand for More. We are going to establish a culture that's helping raise young boys into great men, and we're going to make sure that that's number one on our list of things we need to do here at this football program, and the wins will take care of itself.
And win they did, with a 7-1 record for these freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah, to be a principal of a brand new school is really a humbling experience. I think that the testament of building a school, especially Justin Garza High School and Central Unified, is really a testament to this community.
It's easy to see that the love of football has given the new Justin Garza High School its greatest sense of pride that even Mr. Garza himself can be proud of. Reporting live here at the new Justin Garza High School, Noah Chavez, Fresno State Focus.
Oh, now my baby! Oh, now my baby! Oh, now my baby! Who are we? Garza! Who are we? Garza! Who are we? Garza! Who are we? Garza!
Coming up after the break, we hear about a bride who was finally able to have her wedding during a pandemic. Plus, we continue the Meet Our Focus team segment with the crew members who are essential in putting our newscast together.
And fall weather is here to stay. Stick around for your focus on weather.
At Fresno State, being bold means committing to something greater than yourself. It's learning by doing and nurturing leaders to advance our shared future. It's using research to create a better life for those around us and healing those who need us most. These are our stories, because at Fresno State, bold begins here.
Success. At Fresno State, it's no secret. It's discovering new ways to change our world. It's creating opportunities as diverse as our community itself. It's in the distinction of our graduates as they lead us into the future. Success is no secret at Fresno State. It's our mission.
Welcome back. I'm Brooke Chow, and it's now time for your focus on weather. Fresno State's campus is looking absolutely beautiful today with the November sunny skies and very minimal cloud coverage from the 5th floor of the Peters building. Let's take a look at your nationwide satellite. We do have some minimal scattered showers over here in the south, up here towards Oregon, and even some snow over here in the Michigan area. They already got their winter wonderland. Let's take a look over here at California. Not much activity going on. We do see some rain in the Pacific Ocean headed towards northern California, but again, no real activity going on down here in Fresno. Today's high in Fresno is 74, and the majority of the valley will be mid to low 70s. And speaking of low, tonight in Fresno will be 54, and again, the whole valley will be mid to low 50s. And if you are headed up to the Oakhurst and Shaver Lake area, it will be in the 40s. For your focus on air quality, could be better, could be worse, but we are in the yellow tier when it comes to air quality, which means moderate. For your extended outlook, today through Saturday will be in the 70s, and you have a beautiful game day forecast. 71 degrees will be at Bulldog Stadium as Fresno State takes on Boise State. And don't forget, on Sunday we will be headed back to standard time, which means that you get an extra hour of sleep. And headed into next week, you will be having some rain on Tuesday. That's your focus on weather. I'm Brooke Chow. Back to you, Tony.
Thank you, Brooke. There are only about 6,000 women in the nation working full-time in the fire service. Anna Cruz Lopez tells us about opportunities available for women interested in firefighting.
Ava Jackwell is happy to be part of the Fresno Fire Explorer program. She encourages other girls to do this too and not worry about comparing yourself to others.
Just do it. Just come out and try it. If you are the last person done, let's say a tower, that's fine. You're out here still doing it. That's great. Just come and try it. I beg you, like, please. That's all you need to do, and then continue to do it, and then just continue to work hard.
In this profession, you must have mental and physical strength, such as pulling the hose and even bedding it back into the truck. For the Fresno Fire Department, there is one standard written and physical test to pass, one academy to go through to be a firefighter.
We don't make it different for a man or a woman, because in the moment of crisis or an emergency, we all have to be able to perform at the same level.
Chief Donis is the first woman to lead the Fresno Fire Department. She and engineer Christine Wilson are an inspiration to other young women, including Jackwell.
I want more females to see them as like role models, because they'll help us get through, and they're great. I mean, just look at them.
It's important to introduce this career choice at a young age.
We have work to do in introducing this to young women and girls and let them know, yeah, I can do that. I can be taught to be a firefighter just like I can be taught to do other things.
Some of the programs offered include...
This will be our second year. It's called Girls Empowerment Camp. That's another program we offer is the Fire Explorers. We recruit heavily throughout the community, and particularly we target our women's athletic teams.
In this past graduating class, there were only 3 women. Chief Donis and the department are working on making this change in a male-dominated field. I'm Anna Cruz Lopez, Fresno State Focus.
The Explorer program is open to young women and men ages 14 to 21. There will also be a girls empowerment camp this Saturday, November 6th at the Fresno Fire Drill Tower. You can find more opportunities at bafirehero.org under the drop-down menu called Get Involved.
Fear of the pandemic, along with strict regulations, forced couples to delay their weddings. Lily Gonzalez has advice from a successful bride who shared her struggle.
Aideen and Miranda first planned to get married in 2020, but COVID derailed their plans. After almost 2 years of waiting, they wed in Sacramento, California.
So COVID happened as we were going to take our engagement photos.
The bride and groom's day rescheduling vendors was nerve-wracking. The uncertainty of this date was the hardest to deal with. Friends and family traveled near and far to witness the union.
Well, I'm just so fortunate to have them in my lives.
Miranda says at first, COVID gave the couple needed time to plan as well as save funds. Her biggest tip is to choose your resources wisely.
Pick your venue first. Pick where you want to get married, pick your venue. But the biggest thing is, I feel like pick somebody, a coordinator or a wedding planner, because without that, I think I would have been lost. Because my venue came with a wedding planner, if I didn't have that, it would have been so much more stressful.
Dear brides, here are some tips to help your guests make accommodations and the celebration easier for you. Please let guests know if the venue has changed. The hotels that were booked, are there rescheduling fees? Make sure you let us know ahead of time the theme so that we may pack accordingly. And other than that, guests, be ready to party, so pack your dancing shoes.
Mr. and Mrs. Bestier are proof that love can be delayed, but it cannot be stopped. In Sacramento, Lily Gonzalez, Fresno State Focus.
For couples, having a backup plan and being open to change is key. Keeping your wedding small, making it a year out, or even eloping are some options.
Now it is time to meet our crew members, the people behind the cameras, mics, and also in the control room. Mark Anthony Lopez is an MCJ broadcast major who plans to graduate in May of 2022. He is an intern for the creative team of the Fresno State Athletics Department. And because of the pandemic, Lopez didn't get the full experience of being part of crew and decided he wanted to do it once more.
But now being able to sit there and punch the show, floor direct, do audio, stuff like that I didn't get to do over the first time around, it's been pretty cool.
After graduation, Lopez plans to take some time off and enjoy not being in school.
Now it's time to meet Luis Barreto. Barreto is a junior multimedia and performing arts major who wants to pursue a career in news. He is a DACA student who transferred from Fresno City College. This is Barreto's first time taking crew this term and says he's learned a lot about what it takes to put a live newscast together. He says he enjoys operating the graphics board for our newscast.
I didn't know anything about how to work a soundboard or like graphics or a prompter or anything like that. And now I know more than I did coming in, so it's pretty cool.
Getting eaten by a shark.
Barreto also enjoys hanging out with his friends and is planning on graduating in the spring of 2023.
Finally, let's meet Leticia Leal. Leal is a senior broadcast journalism major who enjoys producing and editing videos. Last semester, Leal was an anchor for our show and is taking crew this term because she's interested in learning how to direct. This is Leal's last semester. Let's find out what her plans are.
So I currently work at KC24, and in December, I'm going to start producing full-time. So that is pretty exciting, and that is what I'm doing when I graduate. I also am directing for Fresno State Focus. So I'm trying to keep my options open after I'm done producing, or maybe wanting to look for something else in the future. That is something that I'm definitely interested in.
Leal also enjoys working on her cars and adding to her Lego and Funko Pop collection. You know, Brooke, I think it's impressive that she's actually working at KC24 just because, I mean, it's a level, what, 53 market?
I know, it's amazing. She's pulling double duty, and you'll also see her next week anchoring, so you'll get to re-meet her next week.
Speaking of next week on Fresno State Focus, we take you to a Fresno Monsters game to see how they are starting their season.
And we'll tell you about the Bulldog Marching Band being selected for the first time ever to participate in the 2023 Rose Parade.
All that and more on Fresno State Focus.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Good night.